So, welcome back to Tales of Aris. This time we are making our way to the next realm. Before that we have learned more about... that is someone we must heal. About fishing and killed a big enemy. Wow, you are a lifesaver. Now I can back to my... Miss, sorry, I forget I spoke. Carry on. Don't mind me. Standard issue shield. Ren in made light material.
I'm always amazed what healing arts can...
Okay.
Hey.
Hmm?
Is it just me, or have those two barely spoken a single word to one another?
I know, right? But after everything that happened with Miguel, is it really any wonder?
Kinda puts a damper on the whole journey though, huh? How long do you think they're gonna keep this up?
If it bothers you that much, why don't you ask them?
Why do I have to ask?
How come you walk together like that?
She really doesn't beat around the bush.
You mean Kisara and myself?
You hadn't noticed? You've been practically joined at the hip ever since we left Vicente.
I guess it's force of habit, most likely. I was always ready to protect him, should the need arise. It sort of came with the job description.
Right. From being in the Elder Menancia Guard. Although, Dohalim's pretty capable of defending himself, isn't he?
Having guards doesn't necessarily mean the one being guarded is weak. No one's perfect all the time.
Even so, it's not like they're entirely wrong, Kisara. You're no longer in my employ, after all.
I don't know. I mean, if it's what she's used to and you're both comfortable with it, then who are we to judge?
But she doesn't serve him anymore. It isn't normal for her to keep following him around like she still does.
You know, she's probably right. And a lot has changed over the last few days. I guess it wouldn't hurt to rethink our relationship in light of the new circumstances. Perhaps I'll give it some thought after all. Does that sound all right by you?
Of course.
You might want to stop asking his permission for every little thing while you're at it.
Sorry. It's not that easy, shaking off old habits. I'll probably need a little time to get fully used to it.
I like her, but she's a little bit pushy lately. After we got to the realm.
Why are you looking at me like that?
That armor you wear is standard issue for the Menancian Guard, right?
Originally, I've added some flair to it in a lot of places.
I noticed, especially with that open back.
We guardsmen pride ourselves on never showing our back to our enemies. It's my way of making myself live up to that. Plus, it makes it that much lighter and easier to maintain.
Dohalim, do you have anything to say about this?
Every guardsman is allowed to wear their armor as they see fit.
And you, La?
Huh? Why are you asking me?
Oh, something what can... Let's try this.
Hey, that actually came out pretty alright, don't you think?
Oh, Laura, Kisara. Dohalim. We didn't...
Care if I hang out for a while?
We didn't speak with Dohalim.
You worried about what's going on with Menancia?
What makes you think that?
Well, you were speaking to Kisara earlier, weren't you?
It's rude to listen in on others, you know.
Sorry. I didn't hear what you two were actually talking about, though. I just figured it was Menancia since it was the two of you.
I am but a former lord who has abandoned his post. I'm no longer in a position to lead the realm in any capacity whatsoever. Yet Kisara still seeks out my opinions, knowing full well that is the case. This despite the fact I am no longer her master either.
Couldn't it be precisely because you're not her master anymore? It's natural for friends to want to hear each other's opinions.
I hadn't considered that possibility.
It's funny what you miss sometimes.
Hardly uncommon among artistic types such as myself, When lordships are decided based solely on one's astral energy, it can lead to funny results.
But even so, you still took your job as lord seriously, didn't you?
Certainly. I learned to perform my functions. However, I was less interested in ruling, so much as avoiding life and death decisions. Of course, such a mentality in the end led only to sickening pain and death taking place elsewhere out of sight. I pretended not to see or hear any of it, content to let our supposed peace and equality keep me blind and deaf to reality. I was a fool.
But you're making amends.
I would like to think so. The path ahead is dark, yet I still walk on. I merely pray that I shan't fall down any holes along the way.
Ah.
We'd best get ready for tomorrow.
I must really later look up if we must make conversation for every character.
Shall we get moving?
Now we are back. Can we make some new weapons here? Nope. 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 Crafting enchant. Ah, good. But we have one more talking.
I've noticed that sometimes we come across enemies who fight like you and try to dodge our attacks at the last second.
I hate those guys. I can get some hits in when they move into attack, but otherwise they slip past damn near everything else I throw at them.
If what you're seeking is a way to more reliably hit them, there is a solution.
Try to outclass them on reflexes?
I possess the ability to command Earth elemental beings to some extent. They emerge as the land itself and take root on my command. They will swiftly bind the enemies, at which point you can dispatch them.
Huh?
What he means is that he can make plants grow to hold the enemies in place. At least I think that's probably what he's saying.
I'm glad at least one of us understands him. So basically, if we find an enemy that likes to dodge, we should let Dohalim handle it.
I shall do what I can within my modest means to help.
Okay. Next area. Please not be a cutscene again. Please.
Something feels odd here. Be on your guard.
Ah.
I just noticed none of you other Dahnans have spirit cores. Why is that?
Both of my parents were part of the resistance in Calaglia. In fact, my birth was kept a secret from the Renans.
Mine too. We always lived in hiding, so I never had a spirit core embedded in me like I was supposed to.
What about you, Alphen? You were a slave in Calaglia before all this, weren't you?
To be completely honest, I'm not sure why I don't have one. All the other Dahnan slaves around me did. I was the only exception. They tended to keep their distance from me to avoid attracting any attention from the soldiers, because of my mask and all. What about you, Kisara? Do you still have your spirit core?
No. I was able to find a good Renan doctor who's sympathetic to our kind, and had them remove it before I left. They did such a great job, the procedure didn't even leave a scar.
One of the benefits of coexistence, huh?
I know that once the spirit vessel was shut down, there wasn't much need for me to hurry. But still, I didn't like having that mark of servitude lingering on me any longer than I had to. It may sound a little strange to hear me say this, but I'm just me now. Not a guardsman or a slave. I'm my own woman, and this is my chance to have a new beginning.
Huh. Come on.
This sure is one rugged road. You'd think they'd keep this at least a little better maintained, right?
Why spend energy fixing that which is rarely used? Repairs require time and effort, which in our world means slaves, often in great numbers. For you, it may be a simple request, but that can quickly become another's difficult burden. Nobody gains anything without someone expending effort.
And you know, somehow that someone always ends up being a Dahnan, while the Renans are the ones who gain.
True enough. Ideally, in a perfect world, I think it's only fair that the ones who need it should be the ones to perform the work.
However, when doing so could be dangerous like it is here, there are many who would prefer that it be others who risk their lives in their stead.
So, what you're saying is that people will just put up with the inconvenience until someone else comes along to fix it for them?
Indeed. And it is those who can no longer bear that feeling that inevitably take action. Much like the Dahnans in our group do so now. As strange as it may be to hear such a thing from the likes of myself.
It's true that most of the Dahnans in Calaglia have been resigned to just accepting things as they are. Still, we can't just blame them for...
What are you making that face for? You're not worn out already, are you?
Nah, just regretting I ever said anything in the first place.
Okay, now. Let's fight them.
Get lost!
Wow. Nice. Ah, that was not the plan.
Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade! That training's paying. SD airborne.
Oh.
Sounds like a job for your truly.
Commander of heaven.
Bam. What?
Let's get you all tucked away.
Nice.
This should come in handy when crafting weapons.
And we get new material, I think. Oh. This is pain. Why can Sugel stand
right.
still? Perhaps it's time to develop my secret weapon. Stops it. Dohalim boost attack. Crown vines in the ground and sneered enemies strikes them. Effect feel fooded enemies. Nullifies their investment ability down there. First, I must change to him.
There's nowhere to run from my heart. When he slows down, that's our chance. Double demon back. Leave the agile one.
Successful. Perhaps when enemies will wolves or monkey appear, then Dohalim. His boost attack will nullify offensive ability and keeps them from dodging.
In a bind.
Nearly.
In a bind. I'm ready.
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Bam.
Well done. Hope this works.
Wow.
In an instant.
Wow. Wow.
Got some interesting moves there, Dohalim. I'm glad you're on our side.
I'm simply glad to hear that I can make myself useful to you all. Huh?
What's wrong?
We seem to have come across some rather unusual objects.
What, you mean that pile of garbage?
No mere garbage, I assure you. Still, I've never seen anything shaped like it before. I'm intrigued.
Are you curious about this stuff, Rinwell?
Yeah. I think he might have found some old Dahnan relics. They look like the remains of a bunch of objects that disappeared after the Renans first invaded.
And yet here I am, holding them without so much as a second thought. I imagine the sight must be unsettling to you.
Not really, just that it must be nice to be a Renan who has time to indulge in stuff like that, unlike the rest of us.
Are you interested in this stuff too, Dohalim?
Charmed may be a better turn of phrase. I simply love objects that can give me a sense of what their maker was thinking, the history that went into their creation. You see, we Renans have hardly any such objects that trace back to our distant past.
I still don't understand what you two find so intriguing about it, though.
Why not? We're talking about our own culture here.
I get that, but it's not like this stuff is any use now, does it? It's just old. Real old.
Oh, but it does. Holding it in your hands like this, One can feel and engage with the distant past in a way no history book can ever accomplish.
I'll take your word for it. Well, seeing as it's Dan in history, just make sure you're careful with it. All right, Dohalim?
But of course.
Artifacts. Artifacts find special effects similar to having them, some of which some bonus you can enjoy after clearing the game. You can toggle them effect off, effect list. Art panels. You can now set 6 edition arts. Press up screen and fit. Okay. Nice. Dohalim, I think, yes. Normal attack. Perfect dodging.
There's history in the air here. I can smell it.
I don't...
Wait. Talk.
Visibility along this path will remain limited for some time. Take care not to get ambushed.
I'm surprised you know the terrain here so well. Lords don't strike me as having much time for wandering in the woods.
Sometimes I would take strolls along here when I wished to be alone.
You always did have a bad habit of disappearing without telling any of us guardsmen.
It's a good question where it is. Fishing rod. Nee, that are guides. Strategy. Skills. Equip. Arts are different. New one. Not showing up in the list here. Change party leader. Give me 1 sec. Equip, it's not. Good. Here it's not too. Outfits, I don't think. Artifacts on, but where I can activate them. Setup loading. Give me 1 second. The important parts they didn't tell you. Where is the menu? Strategy. Outfits. Ah, here. Yeah, we can see. Heading easy, unknown. Okay. Good. Why they don't tell us that? Ooh, there's something we nearly forgot. That is really important. Well, and 2 more. But we get stronger and stronger every time.
Look sharp! Lightning
Good.
These little ones are hardly worth our time. See what happened there?
Less talking, more pumping.
Wow. Lower.
I really owe you one. Onward and upward.
With Lore, the problem is that he gets a lot of damage. That is a big problem. Good, let's see. We came from here. And... Oh, there's the next way. Okay, we are going into here first. See what is here. New enemies and a chest. Wait a second. She make a lot of damage.
I couldn't make it in time.
I'm dead. No one is caring about me. Wow. Come on. Nice. Wow.
I need to be stronger.
That was not a nice fight. Ah. That doesn't was nice. And even the chest was not what I want. So we will go up here.
It's so hilly around here. I can feel my feet getting blisters.
That's mountain hiking for you. It can be pretty tough if you're not used to these sorts of trails.
I take it you're comfortable with them then?
Oh yeah. We used to run up and down these slopes all the time for our training exercises.
Damn. You weren't messing around.
Little help! There! One more! Attacking from behind! Mind if I do?
Right. Bam, lock. Come on. Good. Too late.
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Okay, we must go here. Ooh. But I want to look up what is in here.
No choice.
What? Bam. Come on.
Want me to pick up your slack then?
Just pointing it out. These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Wow.
To your heart's content.
Windwell is really strong.
Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Only Dohalim needs to get one more level.
Be a breeze. Get in, get out.
Ah, that was wrong.
Resonate with the earth. Can't get out of this.
Good. They are really strong. We must be really careful.
Coming through.
Bam.
Scarlet Inferno.
Here's a healing arc!
Double Demon Fang.
Into the shadows!
Now I'm in the groove. These fists have got your name on them.
Get toasty!
Wow.
Right, next one!
What was this?
In an instant.
Wow.
We managed to pull through.
The design of this equipment is really interesting.
You must really like it, Alphen.
Let's see who gets new equip. I think that was the strongest one. Nope. Ooh, nice. Better. Okay. Let's see. I think we are trying to go to the middle one here. Is this
More
area?
Dahnan ruins here too, I see.
What were people even thinking back then? Trying to build anything around here.
Maybe they just had that much time and energy on their hands.
I think we get to the rune on the next part. But we have made a little step. It's a little bit difficult with Tales of Aris because it's had a lot of talking, but that makes the story so nice. With that, I thank you for watching. I hope you have a nice day and we see each other on the next part on Tales of Aris. Don't forget to subscribe, like, leave a comment, and I will see you on the next one. Bye!